How you doing? You know, in the last year that we've done tooling around, I've done a lot of reviews on a lot of different types of motorcycles. But if I'm not mistaken, one of the very first reviews I did on the show was on this bike. This is a 2012 Victory Cross Country. And at the time I did the review, I didn't own it. But I have to be honest, the second I saw this thing, I said, wow. In fact, my son, who edited that episode, said, you know, Dad, when you're riding, try not to gush as much as you did when you were sitting on it in the garage. Well, guess what? It's a year later. I've put about 11,000 miles on this bike. I've since bought it. And I still like it as much. I mean, I've had a lot of motorcycles. I've been riding since high school. And I have to tell you, this bike feels like it was made for me. It's big, which I like, but it's nimble through town. It has these saddlebags that are big enough to put everything I need to do a video shoot completely on my own. I'm talking 7 cameras, 2 tripods, you know, a shoulder rig with a monopod and, you know, a slider, all kinds of different things. A little slider, not a big one, but I'm telling you. And the seating position, I haven't even changed the position of the handlebars. It fits me that well. And one of the things that I really like about the bike are these floorboards. When I rode my choppers, I always put forward controls because I like that, you know, with the feet out in the front, thought it looked cool, and thought that's where I like to ride. When I got on this, I kept looking down at my feet and they'd be back underneath me almost. And I'm thinking, maybe that's the natural position that I'm falling into and I don't even realize it, right? In fact, I tell people when they go, man, those are some big floorboards. I say, yeah. And these floorboards say, where do you want to put your feet? Not put your feet here. I love these crash bars, okay? I know they don't call them crash bars nowadays, but you know, I like them. They're forged. These are they have the ones that are kind of just bars, but these are what they call the forged ones. They're wider because you can't see it, but I have a camera mount there that I put a camera on both sides, and you can't see it from the side. I do a lot of video production with this bike. I stick cameras all over it, do moto vlogs, and when I ride with other clubs, sometimes I have as much as 6 or 8 cameras on this thing pointing in every direction, and I'm in and out of them getting shots. And this thing is beautiful at that. It's responsive. It doesn't feel like it's lugging when you're going slow, but it likes to go fast. And I'm getting probably 55 miles a gallon. You know, I'm like, what? I know, because there's a little computer thing here. There's a trigger over here, and you can cycle through average speed, average gas mileage, mileage to empty, you know, all the stuff, right? And it's got a radio. The speakers are okay. I never upgraded them because, you know, I'd have to upgrade my ears, and that's not going to happen. So another thing, there's usually a big antenna that's here that I removed because it turns out I never listened to the radio. I have a iPhone 5 hooked up with a optional cord that I installed myself, pulled the fairings off, plugged it into the audio system, and now I listen to primarily Pandora radio. And when my phone rings, it comes through the speakers. When I run my GPS, I can hear turn left here through the speakers. And that's great, you know. I do that a lot. Even though I live on an island, believe me, I can't find the bathroom if I don't have GPS. Let me try to think of something I don't like or problems I've had. I've never had anything break. I've never had to take it into service and say, hey, this is not working or that's not working. It's been over a year now, which is, you know, very unusual. A couple times I'll come off of riding hard and come to a stop and the engine will die, but very infrequently. And I don't know if it's something I was doing. And on the forums, because I searched if it was an ongoing problem, they said after 10,000 that kind of goes away. It did happen to people. And After 10,000, I think it's happened one time in the last 1,000 miles. I don't know. I love the ABS. It has saved my bacon more than once. Especially in the rain, you hit some, the white strips are wet right after, and then all of a sudden you feel that pulsing, like, whoa, yeah, okay, I guess I would have locked up if I didn't have the ABS. And electronic cruise control. Never thought I'd like it this much. I'm addicted to it. When I go to town, and it's a 20-minute ride in Hawaii to go from where I live to downtown, hit 60 miles an hour, bang, bang, bang. Now I'm taking my hand off, and waving at people, and the buffeting that you hear people talk about never bothered me. Well, there you go. 2012 Victory Cross Country with the old emblem. The newer ones have that V. This one says, I'm old school. Is 2012 old school? Yeah. Well, not to me it isn't. Peace.